Long ago, in an ancient kingdom rising from dust into glory, a queen gave birth to a son. At his birth, monks and wise seers gathered in the palace, their eyes shining with wonder. "This child is extraordinary," they whispered. "He is born with the heart of a lion. One day he will protect this kingdom from darkness." And so the prince grew, not spoiled like royal sons often were, but shaped with discipline, honor, and a striking fearlessness. At 14, he was sent far away to study in a great academy. His mother cried, for he was young, but his father, the king, placed a hand on his shoulder. "To protect others, my son, one must first conquer oneself." He studied with scholars, but his true passion was always the bow, the sword, and the spear. While other boys played, he trained, sweat dripping, body aching, breathing hard. Yet his eyes always shined with purpose. 6 years later, he returned, now tall, strong, and sharp-minded. But fate had its own plans. The main road to the kingdom was under repair, so he had to take a path few dared to walk. A path through a cursed forest, whispered about in every village and marketplace. At the edge of the forest, villagers warned him, "Don't go in there, my lord. No one who enters ever returns. The demon's body is covered in glue-like hair. No weapon can harm it." The prince did not tremble. He simply adjusted his bowstring and replied firmly, "A road feared by many is still a road to be walked by someone. I carry courage, and that is enough." He stepped into the forest. The deeper he went, the darker the world became. Birds fell silent. The wind grew cold. Even the leaves seemed to hold their breath. Then, a roar like thunder tore through the trees. The demon appeared, towering above him, larger than 3 men, hair thick and black, dripping with sticky, cursed slime. The ground shook as the monster approached. Most men would drop their weapons. Most men would beg. Most men would die. But the prince, he stood still, breathing steady. The demon snarled, "Another human entering my forest? Foolish child. You will feed me tonight." The prince raised his bow. Arrows flew like lightning, but each one got stuck in the demon's fur, useless. He swung his sword. It clung to the beast's sticky coat, trapped. He charged with his spear. It stuck too. It seemed hopeless. His weapons, everything he trained for, meant nothing here. But he did not break. He did not tremble. He simply clenched his fists and stepped closer, eye to eye with death. The demon laughed, delighted. "Why do you not fear me? All humans tremble in my presence. You are trapped. You will be my meal." The prince stared back, voice calm like a still lake. "Fear? Every man dies, but know this. Inside me rests a weapon that explodes. Eat me, and your belly will burst. I may die, but you will die with me." A lie. A bold, calculated lie, spoken not from desperation, but from strategy. For courage without intelligence is reckless, but courage guided by wisdom becomes power. The demon paused. For the first time, fear flickered in its monstrous eyes. A man unafraid of death, and one who carries destruction within him. "If I am wrong, I die. If I am right, I still risk death. No one has ever fought me without fear," it muttered. "If he dares face death, then perhaps his power is real." Then, to the prince's surprise, it loosened its grip and retreated into the shadows. The prince stood tall, breathing deeply. He had not conquered the demon through strength, but through courage, composure, and wisdom. When he finally emerged from the forest, word of his bravery spread quickly. But upon reaching his homeland, he discovered the kingdom was in turmoil, filled with rebellion and unrest. Nobles fought for power, soldiers lost faith, and the people lived in fear. The prince, now forged by trial and wisdom, took command. He led with clarity, patience, and strength, winning not just battles, but hearts. Under his leadership, the chaos subsided, and peace returned to the land. When his father, the old king, passed away, the people turned to the prince. And so he ascended the throne, not as a reckless warrior, but as a wise ruler who had learned that real victory lies not in conquest, but in control of one's mind, pride, and fear. Under his reign, the kingdom flourished. The once broken land became a symbol of prosperity and justice. And for generations, people told the story of the king who faced monsters, both within and without, and conquered them all. True strength is not found in muscles or weapons, but in steady breath when the world shakes. True bravery is not the absence of fear, it is the refusal to bow to it. And true kingship, true greatness, begins when a person learns to rule their own mind. Fear visits every heart, but only the brave learn to stay and listen without breaking. The prince did not win because he was fearless. He won because he refused to surrender. And so must you. Stand firm. Breathe deep. Win quietly, and the world will hear you.